Good morning, everybody. That's right. I'm going to say good morning because it is now 5 minutes to 2 in the morning, and the Phillies in 11 come out of Sacramento with the win, their 9th straight win as they win tonight into this morning. 9-6, 15 total runs, guys. Holy cow. Was that a game to watch? 15 total pitchers were used between the both teams. 8 for the A's, 7 for the Phillies. Needless to say, they're going to need the starters to go long tomorrow. What a game. Christopher Sanchez was not on his best. He did not have his best stuff tonight. Only going 4 2/3 innings. I'm starting to get a little worried about Christopher Sanchez. Again, he didn't look like he had his command. Again, he gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, walked 3, struck out 6. But I don't know, man. The way Christopher Sanchez has been, to me, going forward, I would be a little worried. Now, again, I don't know if it was the mound issue out there. I mean, the A's pitchers, they went through 7 pitchers tonight, too. It was just one of those games. And I'll tell you what, man, as much as I got some issues with some of the people that they're using out of this bullpen, um, you know, I will say this. It shows a little bit of moxie on the Phillies' part. I know it's the A's. I know they're a bad team. They're 8 games under, now 9 games under 500. They lost their 11th in a row. But it says something to where you're down to your final strikes, man. And you know what? It is definitely Kepler tying the game up in tonight. We're going to get into that. Let me check out some of your comments right now, man. Mike Pappernick checking in, saying good win. Yeah, it was. Fatality win from Star Wars. Mike says, I know your ass is tired, Mike. I am exhausted and I got to be up. And in about, I don't know, 7 hours, I got the show with me and Pat. So, yeah, the coffee will be flowing very, very heavy tomorrow. So, yeah, I will be on, man. But you know what? It's Memorial Day weekend, which, by the way, before you crack a beer, before you throw any steaks on the grill or, have a hot dog, just take a second and, say a little prayer for the guys who gave up their life for us to be able to do those things. For all of you who formerly served, thank you. For the ones who are currently served, thank you as well. And a special I should say pop at the top for the ones who paid the ultimate sacrifice and will not be able to come home and have a beer or a dog. Uh, Thank you guys as well for allowing us to do that. I'm sorry I do that every Memorial Day. That's just something I believe in, and I'm not trying to bore you with that. But getting to Mike's point, yeah, I am tired, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with Pat shenanigans in the morning. Uh, Big Al says not like an extra inning game on a West Coast trip. No, Al. And Al, I feel sorry for Al. Al had a total of 1 run for the first 8 innings last night, and then gets 6 runs dumped on him in the 9th inning. And then tonight I get 15 runs in the game I'm covering. So yeah, I feel for Al. I did a lot of writing, man. I used both sides of the paper tonight, writing down this game. Let me see here. Star Wars saying 9 in a row. That's right, baby. 9 in a row. It says, "What a weird game." It was. It was a very weird game. You know, I must have wrote it down that the Phillies, I was about to say, an 8-game win streak has come to an end, Al. I probably said it about at least 4 or 5 times during the uh, final innings here with this, especially in the 10th inning when they had Castellanos on and they get 2 infield hits and they don't score anybody. Which, by the way, I am sorry. I do not want to see Brandon Marsh up there. I don't know why Brandon Marsh was up there. Um, I know he ended up making a play in the bottom of the 10th inning, which we are going to get into. That was a bullet throw from him, and JT just got enough of him, man, to keep it out. And he said, Al also says, did you read into the mound issues? I heard the interview with Wheeler yesterday saying that in front of it was really kind of like hardened. He couldn't dig in, but I look at it like this. The A's pitchers had to deal with it as well. So, you know, for me, it was pretty darn good, man. It was a good game, man. It was a good game. Star Wars Marsh's double play was nice. Yes, it was. And kudos to him, man. I don't want to see him up there with the bases loaded anymore this year, but I would love for him, for me, it's too late for me to complain how the bullpen is used. Mike, I'm just going to agree with you. I do not want to see uh, Hernandez. I don't want to see Ruiz, and I don't want to see Ross anymore this year. It is obvious that those 3 guys just do not have it. I'm just done seeing them. I don't want to see them. This game should have kissed 3 times at least, Al, at least. Uh, Uncle Steve checking in. He's saying Lazard is not the answer to a ring, but I hope he puts himself into the bait. Hey, look, I'll tell you what, the guy came out, he did his job, man. He did his job. So I'm not going to get on him. He said we need Lazardo to pitch good, but that mound is bad. From what I understand, yeah. I'm waiting to hear now to see if there's any complaints out of Christopher Sanchez about this mound. But if he doesn't say anything, then you got to kind of chalk it up a little bit. He said, make an extra large coffee in the morning. Dude, I'm probably just going to put a straw into the pot and just drink it from there. Steve says the mound is bad. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're going to get into this game, man. And I'll tell you what, Phillies got on the board early in the first inning, man. If you guys took the under a half a run in the first inning on any of your platforms out there betting, you lost it because it would get started really kind of early, too. Bryce Harper with an RBI single. He would score Trey Turner, and the he would score Trey Turner, taking a 1-0 lead. Then Nick Castellanos would hit an RBI double, scoring Harper. The Phillies would go up 2-0, and it would stay that way until the bottom of the second when Miguel would score on a wild pitch, and then Wilson RBI single, scoring Urea, tying the game at 2 in the bottom of the second. Top of the fourth, Alec Bohm would go yard. That's right, Alec Bohm would go yard, giving the Phillies a 3-2 lead, and then Andahar, who I felt like probably, if it wasn't for Kyle Schwarber, Andahar had probably the game. He probably had the best game out of anybody. He was 3 for 5. Also, I also want to give a little love to Kurtz. He basically was on base every time. I think he had 3 hits in the game. So if you're looking at it like that, it's not that bad. Mike Papernick says, I'm out. I will catch you in the morning. Mike, I do not blame you, buddy. I am not going to be on here all that long, maybe 20 minutes, guys. I'm giving you a kind of an abbreviated rundown because it is 2 o'clock in the morning, and I got to be back on here at at 8 o'clock. So Mike also says, good show. Thanks, Michael. I will see you guys in the morning. Steve saying Marsh should have gotten behind the catch and throw a little more. They're lucky the runner was slow. Yeah, I will say that. And I'll tell you what, Schwarber, too, in the 9th inning. That was crazy. So anyway, at the end of 4, we would be tied 3-3. Top of the 6th, Kyle Schwarber with a long ball. A moon shot. puts the Phillies up 4-3 in the bottom of the sixth. Kurtz would hit a RBI single. Butler would score, and then Soderstrom RBI single. Kurtz would end up scoring, giving the A's a 5-4 lead in this game. Then we would go to the top of the seventh. Harper would hit an RBI single, his second of the game, and Brad Marsh would score, giving or tying the game up at 5. And then the Philly killer that is on this team, okay? The Philly killer that is on this A's team, that's right. Brent Rooker would hit a home run, giving the Phillies a 6-5 lead in the bottom of the eighth. The very next inning, top of the ninth, with a couple, I believe there was 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth or top of the ninth, and Max Kepler just takes a Mason Miller pitch and just smokes it to right field, tying the game up at 6, and it would stay that way until the top of the 11th when Schwarber would hit a 2-run triple, knocking in Trey Turner and I forget who was on before him, but he knocked in Trey Turner. I'm trying to remember who the heck was on after him. Might have been Kepler. It was Kepler. It was Kepler and Trey Turner. He would knock both of them in, and they would score, putting the Phillies up 8-6. And then Castellanos would hit a sac fly, and Kyle Schwarber coming home. Oh my God, that was a close play. And I thought it was really weird because on the throwout in the 10th inning, the bottom of the 10th, from Brandon Marsh on that double play, the A's used their challenge and basically lost their challenge. But when the Kyle Schwarber play happened at the plate the next half inning, all of a sudden they had like a courteous review. Like, I didn't understand that. They called him safe on the field. It wasn't like, to me, I didn't understand that. I guess it's in the rule books that they're allowed to do that, but they went and took a look at it anyway. It wasn't even close. He didn't touch him. So that's how it would end up. And then the new guy on the team, that's right, Lazar, would come in and get the final 3 outs, giving the Phillies their 9th win in a row. It was 9-6 was your final for the Phils. 9 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. They gave Bryce Harper an error. If you've seen that, they gave Bryce an error on that pop fly that he missed in the 11th. For the Sacramento A's, that's right. I will call them the Sacramento A's because that's where they play. 6 runs on 14 hits. 14 hits in this game. They had 1 error. And he said Kepler saved us in the 9th also. He said hopefully Schwarber never gets hurt. Boy, your lips to God's ears on that one, Steve. Game 3, both teams will be tired. I don't know about that. I think they're going to start some people, but we'll have to wait and see. At least they're not blowing games and getting away with this pen. Yeah, they are, but they got to do something about those 3 guys in the pen. And Al answered my question. It was a crew chief review. I just didn't understand that, Al. I thought once you use a challenge, that was it. So we're going to get to the Broad Street bottom line right now. Broad Street bottom line was this. Phillies offense tonight, 3 home runs. Alec Boehm, Schwarber, and Max Kepler all go yard for the Phillies. But they also played small ball as well, pounding out 9 runs on 10 hits. Again, guys, the runners in scoring position is still an issue tonight. It was really, really bad. And there's certain guys now on this lineup that I don't want to see up with a chance for them to win a game. JT Realmuto is one of them. I thought he is bad. Alec Boehm, another one. I know he got a hit last night and drove JT in, but those guys have a game like that once a week. And I mean once a week. Other than that, you really cannot depend on them guys. And Brandon Marsh, I'm sorry. If I was the Phillies, I would have figured something out to try to hit for him. Maybe put in a Mundo Sosa. Like, where is a Mundo Sosa on this team? They're doing all these switching around, and I don't see a Mundo Sosa getting thrown into these games. I'm sorry. I would have thrown him in for Alec Bohm. I know Bohm hit a home run tonight, but that was the only hit he got. And I think he had 5 at bats, so he was 1 for 5. Like, to me, no. You got to start putting guys in who produce and deliver. And to be honest with you, I really hope and pray that they start bringing some of these kids that are playing down Lehigh Valley that are having good years, having them come up and play. Like, I've been calling for Otto Kemp for a month. Just bring them up, put them on the bench. You know, so there you have it with those guys. He said, I would love to see Schwartz get 60 home runs this year. I mean, look, man, right now he's got what, 19? So, I mean, 18 or 19 home runs. So, I mean, anything's possible. You know, his month's about to start in June. Guaranteed off day for JT today. Yeah, he caught 11 innings. Yeah, Marshawn's getting the start tomorrow. He'll be catching Jesus Luzardo. So, guys, we're going to take you around the Alrighty, guys. We're going to start things off in Boston. That's right. They had a day-night doubleheader today. First game, the Red Sox beat the Orioles 6-5. They came back in that game. They were actually losing that game up in Fenway. They went 6-5. It was the Minnesota Twins 5, the Kansas City Royals 4 in Minneapolis today. It was the Cardinals 6, the Diamondbacks 5. Whew. It was the Pirates 2, the Brewers 1. Oh, that Diamondbacks Cardinals game was in St. Louis. Pirates and Brewers were in Pittsburgh. Pirates win that one 2-1. This one was kind of a shocker to me today. The Washington Nationals shutting out. That's right. I'm going to say it again. They shut out the San Francisco Giants today 3-0. It was the Atlanta Braves. You got to watch out for them, man. They're kind of staying afloat as they beat the San Diego Padres today 7-1. It was the New York Yankees all over the Colorado Rockies today. I think they got mad for losing that game last night as they pounded the Rockies 13-1 in Colorado today. Good Central Division matchup today in Cincinnati. It was the Reds beating the Cubs 6-4. And if you go over to the south side of Chicago, it was the White Sox doubling up those Texas Rangers 10-5. So the White Sox broke out their boomsticks today. Houston was a 2-1 winner over Seattle. I don't know if this was the nightcap or but the second game, it was the Orioles beating the Red Sox 2-1. The Tampa Bay Rays beat the Toronto Blue Jays today at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa 3-1. It was the Guardians over the Tigers. So as of this moment right now, your Philadelphia Phillies have the best record in Major League Baseball. That's right. You guys have the best record in Major League Baseball. It was those New York Mets 5, the Los Angeles Dodgers 2. As you saw here locally, it was the Phillies 9, the Athletics 6, final in 11. And right down the road in Anaheim, it was the Florida Marlins 6 and those Los Angeles Angels 2. So, guys, there you have it. There was your trip around the bases, or as we like to say, around Major League Baseball. So, guys, don't forget tomorrow night. That's right, 10 p.m. The final word with Matty B. Make sure you guys check him out. Matty will be talking all kinds of stuff, getting you ready. Probably looking at what the Eagles, I saw him and Kyle's show the other day, which I thought was pretty darn cool. So make sure you check him out. He's on Sunday through Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. On Fridays at 10:30 p.m., it's the wraparound with Pat Bernard, my partner. Make sure you guys check him out as well. And of course, Thursdays, Pat is with Steve. They are attacking the third. And tomorrow morning, just in roughly about 7 hours, me and Pat will be back live on here with Al Safiri for P&M and the AM. Pat is the Bugs Bunny of It's a Rap Sports Network. He is everywhere. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Here is your schedule for tomorrow. It will be Matty B. That's right. Matty B will be in the house. And make sure when he is on, he will be doing this down on the Phillies farm. Make sure you check it out. He will be telling you all the ins and outs going on with the Phillies farm system. So, guys, make sure you check that out. Alrighty. Steve says at this point, Crawford and Kemp are just knocking on the door. It's a shame. It's a shame because I feel like they could come up here and contribute. I mean, I know they're knocking on the door, but somebody's got to open the door and let them in. You know, problem is Kemp is more of a DH at the MLB level. I don't think so. Guy can play third base, and I think he can probably play third base just as good as Alec Bohm. So, I mean, I definitely can see that. All right, guys. Again, final from Sacramento tonight is the Phillies 9, the Athletics. I was about to say Oakland Athletics. The Athletics 6. Phil's winners of 9 straight. They go for the sweep tomorrow. They go for 10 in a row. Jesus Luzardo on the hill for the Fightins. So make sure that game is a 4:05 game. So make sure right after that's done, make sure you tune in because Matty B will be taking you down on the farm and also reliving this game tomorrow. For everybody tonight, thank you for checking in. It's been a late one. I am Mike Laura. I will see you bright and early, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on P&M and the AM with me and Pat Bernard and Al Safiri. So until then, guys, have a good night. Phil's win. I will see you guys tomorrow morning.